Hello everyone, it's me, Miss Stephanie, here at Hogg Middle School, and today we are going to be going over the 6 edible parts of a plant. Now, I gotta get digging to get to our first part, but I will see you over there. Alright, I did some digging, and that means that we're ready to start with our first part of a plant. Of course, it's underneath the soil, which means that, as you probably guessed, I'm going to be talking to you about a root. So I'm going to reach back here, and I'm going to dig around, and I think I feel one. Is a nice, big sweet potato. Now, a sweet potato is a root, a nice, big, fat one, of course. But if you look carefully, you can see that there are little roots growing off of it. Now, a root's job for a plant is to absorb water, nutrients, and minerals from the soil. It also has a second job to do, which is it holds the plant in place securely. We don't want a windy day coming over and knocking our plants and blowing them down the street. We want them to stay nice and firm in our soil. All right, we've made it above ground. We've left our roots on our black-eyed pea plant I have right here, and we're moving on to the stem. The stem has 2 jobs. The first job is to move water and nutrients around the plant, kind of like our circulatory system. The second job is to act like the strong backbone to give support and structure to our plants. Of course, not all stems are going to be hard and crunchy like our black-eyed pea plant. Some, like our sweet potato plant, are merely there to transport nutrients and grow our third part of the plant, which we'll talk about next. All right, we are at plant part number 3. Now, this part of our plant is the leaf, and it probably has the most important job our plant needs. It is creating food for the plant through a process called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process where leaves absorb sunlight, combine it with water and air to create food. Now, we eat a lot of leaves. Of course, when we think of leaves, we think of salads. So we have our lettuce and spinach, kale, even cabbage. But in culinary arts class, you're going to be using a lot more herbs. Now, an herb is going to be a leaf that has special aromatic, which means nice smells, and taste. So we're talking about our rosemary, our oregano, basil, cilantro, thyme, bay leaves. All of those leaves are going to add excitement and flavor to our foods. We are looking at the beauty star of our garden for plant part number 4, the flower. Now, a flower isn't just to look pretty for us humans. A flower, using its color, its shape, and its fragrance, is there to attract insects and bugs. Our flowers in our garden are trying to attract insects like bees and butterflies so that the plant can reproduce through the process of pollination to create our other plant part, seeds. Now, back to flowers though. The one you're probably most familiar with in a culinary setting is probably broccoli or cauliflower. Of course, cauliflower has flower right there in the name, but now you know, every time you sit down for a big helping of broccoli or cauliflower, you're eating the beautiful beauty star of our garden, the flower. Now, the last 2 parts of our plant that we're going to be talking about have to be discussed in combination with one another, and that is going to be seeds and fruit. Of course, we learned in the last segment that flowers are there to reproduce and create offspring, the seeds. This is a black-eyed pea flower. Very cute, very pretty. I like it a lot. And when it is pollinated, it's going to create a bean pod, which is actually a fruit because when you open it up, there are going to be seeds on the inside. Anything with a seed on the inside, or if you're a strawberry, on the outside, is going to be considered a fruit. So we have our black-eyed pea pods with their seeds. Can you think of any other vegetables that maybe are actually a fruit? I'll give you one great example, especially right now in October. You're probably decorating with lots of pumpkins. What's on the inside of a pumpkin? A seed. So your favorite gourd that you're decorating with this time of year is actually a fruit. Now, before I say goodbye, we're gonna check in on our plants, our seeds that we actually put in our garden 2 weeks ago. And I have some bad news. None of our lettuce grew because it looks like something was riling and digging around in our soil over here. But our radishes have all pretty much germinated and they have sprouted. So we'll be able to come and check on these in another 2 weeks and they're gonna be much bigger. All right, guys, that's it for me today in the garden. Bye.